Stem cells, B12, man, I don't even, Valco out, man, I don't even know. I can only imagine.
Let's look at him. All right, one of his legs is two of mine put together. He ain't built like a normal person.
Right. The great thing about LeBron, he brings it every single night for 20 years.
Right.
Father Time finally caught LeBron James. It just took 41 years. Hey everybody, it's your boy Hoop Kage, and we're back with another video. Today we're talking about LeBron's probably final decision in his career. With that being said, before we start the video, please hit that like button, subscribe. More content's coming up, more exciting stuff is coming up in the future, so stay and look out for that. With that being said, we'll be talking about LeBron Ramon James Sr., one of the, if not the greatest basketball player to ever touch the basketball. He did recently get swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder, which they are the defending champions. But if you ask me though, LeBron James did overachieve, because everyone thought in their mothers that the Rockets were going to sweep the Lakers or they're going to beat them in 5. The Lakers beat him in 6, in fact. And yes, he did get swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder. But the fact is, LeBron, without Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, played in the second round, or technically in the end of the first round, but he pretty much carried them to the second round. So that's really impressive, especially for a 41-year-old. I think the Lakers overachieved, honestly, this season compared to what a lot of people thought they were going to end up in. So as a Laker fan though, I'm sad because I wanted to, we obviously want to win a championship, right? So it kind of sucks, but if you really think about it, we did overachieve a little bit. But that's not here or there. We're going to be talking about LeBron James, and we're going to talk about the stats first, and then the teams that I think that would be most fit for him. We're going to talk about the statistics. This year, Father Time did get to him. He had a drop from 24.4 points a game. The previous season, he dropped to 20.9 per game. And yes, he was coming off that golf booty injury, unfortunately. But he did play 60 games, which was great. He was almost eligible for that. I think it was 65 games to be eligible for awards. But the fact is, he played 60 games, which was actually pretty impressive. It did take him time to get him in rhythm. This season, he averaged 20.9, 7.2 assists, 6.1 rebounds, 1.2 steals a game. Shot, unfortunately, 30% from 3. He did shoot 50% from the field, about 52% from the field. So still efficient there, but unfortunately, his three-pointer, it dropped big time this season. He couldn't shoot at all. I think that's which kind of dropped his points actually this season. Now the playoffs, he rose that a little bit. He averaged 23.2 a game in the playoffs, 7.3 assists, 6.7 rebounds. Don't get the jokes, please, guys. Please, I know. 6'7". Anyways, 1.3 steals, and he also shot 45% in the playoffs. Keep in mind, that is the playoffs. A lot of great defenses out there. 32% from 3. So he played excellent, honestly, in the playoffs. He was honestly better in the regular season. And just keep in mind, guys, this is a 41-year-old. So this season, honestly, LeBron kind of overachieved a little bit. At 41, he won a playoff series by himself, right? He had no Luka, so that's pretty impressive, honestly. But obviously, as a LeBron fan, we got to win a championship. So that's why I'm going to talk about his kind of decisions that he probably will make. Number 1 is retirement. And honestly, I don't see it happening, but it could happen. He did have some hints throughout the whole season. He had a Dave McMenamin interview as well, where he basically wanted to spend time more with his family. He wants to spend more time with his daughter, who's growing up, who's going to be in high school playing volleyball. He wants to see the volleyball games. He wants to spend more time with his wife. His 2 sons are already gone into college and in the NBA. So I get the part where he wants to spend more time with his daughter. But I don't see him retiring this season. I think he doesn't go out this way. I think he plays at least 1 or 2 more seasons. And next season may be the last, or maybe the following season. We'll find out. But I don't see retirement. I could see that option, but I don't see him going out like that, getting swept by Oklahoma City and just calling it, right? I think he wants his retirement tour a little bit like that, right? Like what kind of Kobe had. I think he wants that retirement tour. With that being said, the second option is returning back to the Los Angeles Lakers, which is probably the most likely thing that will happen. And the reason why is because, well, his son is here, his family's here. It wouldn't make sense for him to kind of leave. As much as the LeBron fan inside of me says I want him to leave so he can go to a team that could win a championship, and the Lakers side of me says I want him to at least experience a parade here in LA. But I do want him to win a championship. With that being said, in terms of the Lakers, he has his son here, Bronny James, and then obviously he has his daughter here, he has his wife here, he has a big house here, he has a bunch of investment companies already here. So, and especially if you're a father and you get to play with your son on the same team, I think you cannot beat anything else than that, right? Because I think what LeBron's thing is like, hey, if somehow we get lucky, could be next year or the following year, if I win a championship with my son, that's probably the greatest accomplishment in NBA history, in my opinion. To win a championship with your son, to dominate that long, and to win a championship with your son is probably one of the greatest achievements possible. So I do see that being the most likely scenario where he does stay in LA. But we'll see what happens. Second option, or I guess this third option, would be going back to Cleveland. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they're now in the Eastern Conference Finals as this video is recorded. We'll see what happens if they make the finals or not, or even if they win championship, you never know. But as this video is recorded, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. They recently traded for James Harden. There has been hints that he could, go back home, end on a and have his final season at home. I could see that happening, but there was kind of reports out there that it could be a possibility. I don't really see that happening because he even said it himself that he's not really interested in doing that. And plus, the Cavs are a decent team. They're decent. Is the New York Knicks, the team that's now in the Eastern Conference Finals playing his previous team, the Knicks. So why do I even say the New York Knicks? How does that even make sense? It's because there's been rumors actually him wanting to play in the Big Apple, right? Just imagine you have your final NBA season in the Big Apple, right? That's probably really great. And to even win a championship, you're going to be turning a lot of eyes to your direction. Especially Stephen A. Smith, the biggest Michael Jordan fan. If you win a championship with the New York Knicks and to bring their first championship in the last 50 something years or something like that, I think that puts you in undisputed GOAT status. Honestly, right now it's a debate between him and Jordan, in my opinion, which I'll make a video about that later. But if he were to do that, he has achieved probably he already achieved winning a finals MVP in 3 different teams. I'm not saying he's going to win finals MVP in 4 different teams, but to win a championship and to be the second or third best player or top 3 player on a team for 4 different teams is probably the greatest life achievement ever, right? And how did it make sense? There's been rumors. There's been, basically him wanting to play in New York. I think there was even a video him saying he can see himself doing it. I see the fit. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns, Miles Bridges, they have a bunch of scrappy guys. He's played with Mike Brown before. I think it makes sense. But again, we'll see. I wouldn't put too much money, there. But if he really wants to win a championship, I think that it would be his second best team to join. With that being said, I'm about to jump into probably the final team here. The San Antonio Spurs. And this is probably not going to happen, but if you're LeBron James and you want to go out a champion, you join Victor Wembanyama, who's probably going to be the greatest basketball player ever, who, if after this season could win a championship, whatever it may be, right now, Wemby is on pace to be, I'm not going to say he's on pace to be the GOAT, but he can challenge a lot of people. He can challenge Michael Jordan. He can challenge LeBron's GOAT status right now. In the first couple of seasons, he's already a Defensive Player of the Year. Should have been 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, but he got hurt last year. He's a 3-time blocks champ. The last game that this video is recorded, in Game 1 against Oklahoma City Thunder, he had 41 and 22 rebounds. He dominated that game. No one can stop him. You add at least 20-30 pounds on this guy, nobody in the history is going to stop this man, and he's going to quite literally take the NBA by its balls. With that being said, how does this make sense? Will LeBron actually join the Spurs? Honestly, no, but if he really wants to win a championship, go out a winner, he should join the San Antonio Spurs. I think that is the best team to win a championship, especially if he's going to take either a mid-level exception or a minimum contract. That would be the best team to join. I already said the Knicks being the, in terms of legacy, if he wins a championship with the Knicks, that would be his best bet. If he, wants the highest chance to win a championship, it would be the San Antonio Spurs, right? Now, conclusion, right? Now I'm going to conclude with this video. Now I'm going to give you my take. My take, in my opinion, right? I'm going to give you two scenarios. What will actually happen and what I think he should do. What I think will happen, he will stay with the Los Angeles Lakers, and the reason why he will stay with the Los Angeles Lakers is because he already have his family here. He doesn't want to be moving out to some other place, even for 1 or 2 seasons. He doesn't want to be dealing with that, and plus he has his son here. I don't see him leaving the Lakers. In my humble and analytic opinion, I don't see him leaving the Lakers. But the LeBron fans inside of me says this though. Second scenario, I see in my humble LeBron, hopefully that he does this, he goes to the New York Knicks and he wins a championship in the Big Apple and he retires. Whether that's this season or the following season, I hope he has at least 2 more seasons. That would be awesome. But if it's next season, his last season, and he wins a championship with the Knicks, that would be the greatest achievement, if not the second greatest achievement, because winning back in 16 is probably his best achievement ever. This would honestly challenge it, honestly. If you bring a championship in the New York Knicks, who have not won a championship back in 1971 or 1970 something, you're going to be in the undisputed GOAT status for the rest of your life. Especially with the New York Knicks and how, think about this. You already got Cavs fans saying you're the GOAT. You got some Heat fans saying you're the greatest of all time. Laker fans, very small people, because obviously they're, they like Kobe. But the New York Knicks, that crowd, and plus Stephen A. Smith may change his opinion, but that crowd, the New York Knicks, they're going to be jumping the bandwagon like no tomorrow, saying, hey, LeBron's the greatest player ever. He brought us a championship. In terms of legacy-wise, the New York Knicks content in the future, and the content's going to even get better. So be on the lookout for, the future content. And thank you for everyone here to watching this video. Hope you all enjoy, and take care and have a great day.